Hey, so this video is for the people that are worrying about me saying I'm not gonna go to this court date. Okay, but I've been thinking about this, okay? It's been playing on my mind. I've been really worried about what I'm gonna do about it because they've charged this person with all these things. They made me sign these charges under duress and blah blah blah. And I think I'm gonna go to this court. I'm gonna be in contempt of court because I'm gonna be saying that I'm not this person. The judge is either gonna say I'm crazy or is gonna have me for contempt. But when you think about what I've actually done, okay, so from the very beginning, before I even did anything, before I was travelling around, I informed them. I wrote them a notice and I informed all of the relevant government bodies of what I was doing. I even informed my local police, which I wasn't obliged to do. I did that in good faith. I did that out of honour. Now, I was arrested unlawfully, okay, because in order for them to have arrested me for a crime, there had to be a victim. Now people are saying, that I've broken the law and that I was driving under the influence. Now I wasn't driving. One, I'm not, and regardless of the definitions, I wasn't driving. I was parked up. My engine was off. I was sat in my car. Like, I wasn't stopped. For one thing, I was already sat there. They had no reason to think I was going to drive at that moment or travel at that moment because my engine wasn't on. Do you know what I mean? So I haven't broken any laws. There wasn't a crime because in order for there to be a crime, a man or a woman has to be bringing a claim against me. And there is no man or woman. There's no injured party, okay? In order for this to be a civil matter, there has to be a contract. Now, I don't have a contract with the DVLA because I ended that contract and I tried to send them back the photo card ID. They wouldn't take it, but I still ended that contract, which is why the police couldn't take my car. They had no authority over my car whatsoever because I haven't given up those rights. So everything they did was unlawful. So you can say, oh yeah, she went to prison and now she's just trying to find ways around the laws and blah blah blah. It's like, well, not really. I'm just exercising my rights and I have the right to sit in my car and smoke weed if I want to. It's my car. Do you know what I mean? I'm not hurting anybody. I haven't, and I'm a responsible person. It's not like I just haven't registered it, haven't insured it or anything, and I've gone out doing it just for the fun. Like, I've done this to prove to the system and to prove to everybody else that we're not obliged to do half the things they say we have to do. Now, I shouldn't be able to get in trouble for this because I've done it all lawfully. I haven't broken any laws. So to be punished for not breaking any laws is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So that's why I'm not going to court, because everything is already on paper. It's already documented. They can even check out my Facebook if they want. They can see from the very beginning, before I even did anything, I've documented everything and I've informed them of everything. So they've had months now to rebut my claims and stuff. They haven't done any of it. That's them. Do you know what I mean? That's not my fault. I know who I am now, and I'm not this legal entity, and so I'm not going to court. If anyone's got any advice or any information that will change my mind very, very quickly, I suggest you comment it below, because at the moment I'm pretty convinced that I don't need to go to this court date because it's not mine. And if I was to go, I'd be tempting the judge to do me for contempt. So that's kind of my plan at the moment. It might change again. If it does, I'll update you. I was kind of looking forward to like hundreds of us all kind of going down to the courtroom and saying we're demanding justice. But because of the corruption in the system, I'm not sure that that's going to be so much of a good idea. So this might be the best way to kind of get it all on paper, send it all out to them, see what response I get, if any. I mean, I'm not really even expecting a response because they haven't responded thus far. I mean, I've had a couple of letters of acknowledgement, but they don't accept what I'm saying. So we'll just have to see. We'll have to see. Because I can't go into the court now and say, oh yes, I accept to be this legal entity, because I know that's not me and I will be committing fraud then. And I don't want to commit fraud. I want to live an honest, happy life. like everyone else wants to. But once you come into a new understanding, you have to act based on this understanding. And I know this now. This isn't something that I just thought might be true. This is something that makes more sense than anything I've heard in a while. And I've got to go with this. I've got to do it, and I'm going to share my journey with you guys. So if I end up in prison, start a revolution and get me out. So, but namaste.